Hallo und willkommen. This is Michelino FM welcoming you to the great Football Manager 20 adventure where we will try to get Hansa Rostock back to the German Bundesliga. This is the first proper episode. In the last one we introduced the owner, Herr Rolf, and gave you a bit of a backstory where we have a Swedish connection. We have a manager in Marcus Albeck, and we also have a backroom staff. Don't want to do that. Full of Swedes, and it is not random Swedes. It is the former players that were called the Swedish Mafia, the group of players who managed the feat of starting 6 Swedes in one single game, a game that they actually won, and that's the feat that we will try to replicate. We have Joke in person. He actually looks like a decent assistant manager for this level. We have Andreas Jakobsson, not that decent. Marcus Lantz looks okay. Rade Pritsa and Peter Wibron. As a scout, we have Magnus Arvidsson, who is not phenomenal, but I guess he can tell a terrible player from a decent player. We will look at the actual squad and then we will get to a game. The squad, as I said in the last episode, it looks fairly well rounded, but we have a problem though with the best players. They are light blue, which means that they are here on loan. We have this guy who's our own, looks like a really good wing back for us. We have a nice central midfielder in Mianis Pepic. This guy is on loan but looks good. And we also have John Verhoek, who looks like a decent player. So there are quite a few decent players here. And if we compare them to the league to see what we are up against, this is what it looks like. We are predicted to finish 8th. And ahead of us we have fairly large club 1860 München and former Giants Kaiserslautern, but they are not predicted to win either. We have Ingolstadt and Oerdingen on top there. Pepic is a player of ours and Opuku is a player we have on loan. These two players make it into the Media Dream 11, so we are not that far behind. I hope that we can pose a threat straight away. If we look at the Swedish connection, we have a few players interested, and since we don't have a transfer budget, we will have to focus on these guys. I will scout all of them to see if Magnus Arvidsson could come back with at least a half-decent report. And a few of them have actually played internationally for Sweden. Denny Avdic, 1 cap. Martin Lorentzon, 1 cap. Philip Haglund, no caps, but has been playing on top Swedish level for many years. Josef Buffo as well. He actually looks pretty decent. If we could sign him, that would be good. Bakonate, 3 caps. And this guy, I don't know, Kadi Hodzic. Okay, perhaps not for us. We are going into pre-season, and this is what it usually looks like in Germany. We play shitty local teams and a couple of actually decent teams, Dijon from France and Den Haag from Netherlands. And like a strike of magic, I will soon be back with the friendlies results. And voila, we are back. After a pre-season that has looked a lot better than I had expected actually. We got off to a fairly rocky start. We lost against our own research team, and then we managed to get a draw against Dijon, who are actually a French League 1 side. Then we went up to the mountains, and at least that's how I envisioned these sort of pre-season getaways in Germany. We went to the mountains, we beat Waltersdorf, Neubrandenburg, Rene Schneider, Schwerin and Schönberg before we actually managed to beat top tier Holland side Den Haag. We play Chemnitz in the first game of the season, and let's look at where they are predicted to finish. Bottom of the table, so I would love a win in this first game. We have made one signing and I'll show you him shortly. This is the tactics we are going with, a fairly straightforward gegenpress tactic. Of course it's gegenpress, that's German, so we had to go with that. We have Kolke in goal, he looks like a decent keeper. I'm going to say that they look like decent players, all of them, which is basically what they do. No one really stands out. This guy is kind of underwhelming, but we have no money to sign any more players. Riedel looks okay-ish. Baffo is the only signing I made, a Swede. He actually looks good. He's Ghanaian now, but he is Swedish Ghanaian, so that'll do. Butson out on the right. I like him as well. In front of him we have Omladic, who's good as well. Pepic, who's the more creative, and Bulov, who is a little more defensive. We have star loan Opuku out on the left, with sort of inverted wing role to move into this position. And up front we have Verhoek and Pascal Breyer. Let's see if these are the lads that are good enough to beat Chemnitz and get this season off to a flying start. Not a lot happening from the beginning of this game, but we are at least, when it comes to stats, looking slightly better. We are in the red and are struggling a bit defensively. Can we win this back? Counter on them. Okay, that was an absolutely idiotic decision from new signing Joseph Baffo. The ball is on its way over the line and then he decides to foul the Chemnitz player. And we are 1-0 down. This is not the start I was hoping for. Hopefully this can be a wake-up call for the players so that we can improve, because this is not good. Not the greatest of halves. Not the greatest of halves so far. We have been poor, and hopefully we can improve in the second half. We are going to go a bit shouty. German is an excellent language to shout in, but I need to learn German first. Then I guess I expect to see a much better showing from you in the second half. Yeah, now Marcus Albeck is Swedish as well, so he'd probably not shout with a German accent, but we'll do that for a bit of ambience, I guess. Players struggling all over the pitch, no one is really standing out. Let's demand more. They like that. They are German to the core, so they like when we get a bit angry at them. We make a couple of substitutions to see if we can turn this around. The old famous triple sub, and we are moving to attacking mentality to see if we can get that equaliser. And with 16 minutes left on the clock, we get the ball in. Omladic, oh, that was close. Best chance we've had, and it wasn't even great, but at least we got into the box. Time runs out and we are nowhere to be seen. This is an absolute disgrace. We lose 1-0 after a very disappointing game. I'm of course going to tell them I'm not happy. I'm not happy. That has shown me that we need to work a lot. So we are not bottom of the table. We are in 16th place, but that is not where we want to be if we have ambitions to get a swift promotion to the second Bundesliga. then we need to reach one of the top 3 positions. And currently FC Bayern 2 are in the lead there because they can use players from their first team, which is good for them, I guess, bad for us. But we need to find our form quickly, regain that form from the mountains of Germany, because we are playing 1860 München in 1 week. And then we have Arminia Bielefeld, who are in the second Bundesliga in the German Cup. It would be lovely with a bit of a cup run as well, even though I want to focus on the league. That's it for this episode. Quite a bad finish to it, but we'll be back for the FC Bayern game, and then hopefully our form has picked up and I will have managed to get the team to climb up the table. I will see you soon. Hi, Michelino FM here under my infamous flight of stairs. I really appreciate that you took the time to watch this episode that I had a lot of fun recording. I hope that you liked it, and if you did, I'd appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and gave me a thumbs up, because that helps me out a lot. There are new episodes out on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, and then we also have the occasional stream on Twitch on Tuesdays or Thursdays, and during the weekend I have sort of a weekly summary blog post coming out. I know it's an ambitious project, but I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I hope that you will too. Links are in the description and on michelinofm.com if you want more information. And before I leave you, I have a few words to say. You are appreciated, you are beautiful, and have a good day. Until I see you next time, auf Wiedersehen.